chapter 2 in. Now we're at chapter 3. The last chapter of the game.
Yeah, really.
I'm trying to stay awake, dude, the whole time, dude. I'm about to fall asleep. I'm trying to stay awake the whole time. Okay, let's keep going. I'll be alright, everybody. If it gets to be about 1:30, if I'm still like passing out, I'll just end it near 1:30 or something like that and everything. Gotta stay strong.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just
It's
3
okay
hours
to
away,
do that.
the delegates
Thank you.
from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center.
It's like I'm tired, but I'm not tired at the same time. It's a weird feeling.
A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo-Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our junker authorization.
Yeah, I'm not trying
They will be deciding how to handle Neo-Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as
Nobody
improbable
uses
as it
nukes
seems.
to the 21st
The world's
century.
leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
Yes, so we try.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
In 3 hours?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatcher's headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
Yeah,
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
That's the hard part.
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental. What about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
I don't.
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian...
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well...
Alright, sure you want to know everything about yourself?
Metal!
Metal, tell me
Alright.
now.
With the chief gone, you are
Alright,
the
we're
highest
gonna go
ranking
into
officer here.
flashback.
You knew all along?
It's also amazing
course.
that Gillian is the highest.
Where were we rescued from?
And Mika's been here.
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into
Well,
protective
that means
custody
only one
in the Siberian neutral
thing,
zone by the
get a new
17th
Adam and Eve of
Siberian
Junker.
Investigative Force.
Oh my.
More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
So, well, there was
Cryogenic
only...
sleep pods.
Well, there
You mean
were
they were
5 of us
frozen?
here, now we're just...
This is a photograph
two.
of them.
Damn! 3.
There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the
Yes,
third
I know,
pod was
Metal.
empty at
You're
the time you
included
were
too.
discovered.
There were 3 pods?
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete
Hi, I'm
amnesia.
Gillian's lover. My name is Mika.
However, another theory suggests your
That's Jamie.
memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
Oh no.
That's Harry's
It's
picture,
a picture.
from when he was a kid.
Oh, look, it's Planet of the Apes. Look at that.
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's
What?
been confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry was my son.
Harry?
Well, now,
Harry was my son?
Using the information
well,
gained from the
you
photo,
just saw your
it was
son
established
die.
that you are
How does that
Gillian
make you
Seed
feel, Gil?
and your wife,
Pissed off.
Jamie
Harry
Lorraine.
want to kill all the Snatchers.
Both of you are American citizens, born in the late
So the entire
1960s.
time that you were
The
just there,
1960s?
You
In
mean
addition,
that
both
that
of you
old
vanished
man
without a
was
trace
from?
in
Oh my
1989.
god.
Gillian and Randall.
There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
1989.
Yes. You
What
come
were
from
you
a world
doing
that's
in
been gone for
1989,
50
man?
years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
What is
What
It
is
had to
all
be
someone
somewhere in
proposing
Siberia,
here?
right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
I was discovered
Almost
in
everyone
Moscow
who was
50
in Moscow at
years
the
ago.
time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only
Now
living
mount me,
witnesses?
daddy. Oh god.
Harry. Harry was my son.
Harry was
Did he
my
know?
son. Did he know?
No, it was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Dang it, Harry was my son.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3
You a
hours.
mustache, daddy?
Gillian, let's think this all
I'm
through
a
again.
man, Dad.
We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
Hey, you see my
You're
beard?
right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right, let's go over what we know about them.
First of all, what is Snatcher's weak point? Their weak point is ultraviolet rays. They don't like them.
UV rays.
That is correct. Their weak point is their defective artificial skin. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Syphilis. Blah 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 blah. That's right. And they only come out at night in the winter because they wear sunscreen. That's right. Now what method were they using to move and were able to avoid ultraviolet sunlight and rays at the same time? The underpass? I think. Okay. Whew. It's like, fly taxi! Next, what phenomenon was always observed location when the Snatchers underground? Sneezing?
Mm-hmm.
What was the cause of sneezing? Snowdown.
Mm-hmm.
I see something. Moscow.
It all comes back to Moscow.
I wonder where someone would name New York for. Isn't it New York?
Wait, what?
It'd be kind of awkward, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're kind of awkward.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
It's all making
Wait.
sense.
What about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9?
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with
you asked me a
Snow 9,
question
which
like,
are accessible by
well,
subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
No, we couldn't.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing
What
we
we
were
need
talking about?
is a montage.
Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity.
A montage.
Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
How to
I'll
cut
display a
down?
map of
How
Moscow
to cut down
alongside.
3 hours?
Alright, there we go. A map of Moscow. Oh, look, the rivers are the same.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
That's what I said.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track,
What's
Metal.
wrong with
Show
the
us the
game
location that
thing?
Jamie and I were picked up from.
Oh look, it's
Right-
about the same thing.
right
Oh look,
here.
it's about the same thing.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
The crib.
Metal, what spot in Neo Kobe would match up with the
Kremlin.
location of Moscow's Kremlin?
What does it
Calculating.
mean? Donkey Kong.
This is the spot.
That's what
It's
it means.
presently occupied by
You
an
and your
old
Donkey
church.
Kong. I bet you one day
It's rather
Ford is
large,
gonna get up and
but
jump the
reports
crap out of
indicate
you
it's
right
been abandoned for nearly
Really?
20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway
I
area.
drove right back on.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
now. Let's go.
Wait, Gillian.
Hey, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one.
Mika, and
So
you're
take me with you then.
and you're a hot
You
lady.
head to the summit to warn the delegates.
But
they
you
haven't
must
given
warn
up,
the
you know.
delegates.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you
It's
do
a
it?
tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian.
I have to be the
I'll
man.
do what I can.
And I have to run
Thanks.
and go do this.
Thank you, Mika.
Don't say
I'm
it,
the
okay?
man. I'm the man.
Let's
I'm the
go,
man.
Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes?
Yes.
I love you.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know.
Dinner?
Dinner?
Mika.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it'd be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh?
Christmas, huh?
I'll be back by then.
I'll be back by
Gillian, we
Christmas.
have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dinner.
But I gotta go to church first.
But I gotta go to church.
I'll see you soon then.
Yep, I gotta go to
Okay,
dinner.
Metal, let's
but I
go.
gotta go to church first.
You gotta say your prayers, eat your food, and everything else.
Don't be afraid to bear. Mika, you basically said you wanted to bang him. Did it there.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations.
Let's
Lift
go
off.
to the final area of the game. The church. Hopefully I can stay awake, because I'm sneezing and everything. I'm about to find out I'm sneezing in a minute.
Flight configuration, now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Jamie.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
Mika, please
50
be
year
safe so I
debt
can
in
bang you
3
as well.
hours.
Katrina, please be safe so I can also bang you as well.
Mika, please be safe. I want to bang you.
Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your
I'm
breathing
pissed
filter.
off. I'm
Direct
doing this
inhalation
for
is
my
dangerous.
nookie.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood?
Mika, you mentioned something about a full carry search.
Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Let's go.
Exit.
Exit the turbo cycle. Let's go. We arrive at the church. Wow, now I know what they call it. Their Kremlin. It's a very old church. It quite resembles to St. Basil's Church. They thought of the same thing. Oop, hang on. This appears to be snow, but it's actually Snow 9. Try to avoid hailing it directly. It's surrounded by a large grove of tall cedar trees. This is like to keep just about anybody away, giving the seasons a few Christmas lights, but really liven up the thing. Yeah, at a church like this. So where's the entrance? It's definitely Snow 9. Just a scan reveals that the two-liner tunnel passes right there in this area. But it's no surprise, looks like we got the right place. The surroundings consider the church. Okay, listen. The only sound I hear is that of the wind. I'm not showing anything out of the ordinary.
Listen to the sound.
There's nothing in the area beside the church. What? Let's go in.
Alright, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
Alright.
Alright.
1,
3, 2,
2,
3!
Pull out your blaster.
That got it.
I'm sitting here going, they're here. What's this? It would appear some kind of chapel for the Snatchers. Are you telling me those things pray? To who? No doubt to the Creator.
Oh, wonderful I am, oh, wonderful I am, oh, wonderful I am.
This verse is no doubt the one the Snatchers worships their Creator. This guy, isn't that random?
And yet they call him, oh, wonderful I am.
One moment, I were to compare with my data on random. While the facial and bone structure of this individual, the portrait is neither identical to the value of random. Their positive identification is impossible as the picture is not a photograph. That just looks too much like him to be a coincidence. The Creator, Manar. This is Manar. There are a number of scratches on the surface of these chairs. They were certainly caused by Snatchers. Manar Elijah.
The very guy who has been joining the entire time.
Random Hajio. The decorations. Listen, this is the wind, so they've already left for the summit. This is the painting house and the picture in front of the heartbeat, the heartbeat is kind of creepy. Well, let's continue in the back. Now I'm moving into the back room. Yes, nice and slow. Snatchers! Look at them all. I'm not putting any ingredients. They have all deactivated. So this is their warehouse,
So technically, it's all a la carte traffic.
These are end-of-cylinder structures which have yet to be artificial skin. Their bones are skull slits are all status. So the victors haven't been chosen yet. They've just been waiting for their turn. None of these snatchers appear damaged. All they need is their energy bags. The gender units have yet to be installed, however. So you guys can change one from a man to a female.
All you have to do is take out the slot A from the slot B.
There's some kind of label here. 23rd Siberian Investigation Force. Siberian Investigation Force! It would appear that these snatchers were brought to New York Kobe from the Siberian Industrial Zone. It seems like the investigative force have been responsible for shipping the snatchers. In other words, the investigation forces have been snatched, just like they've been found out. I see. So the Siberian investigation forces bring the snatchers out of Siberia. I think you're right now. done investigating yet. We haven't listened. I got my blaster.
So I'm just going to... So I'm just going to...
The Snatcher's culturing room. The mechanism is still operational. Gillian, these are Snatchers with their artificial skin already installed.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure.
Let's explain how to do it.
First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point.
Hit the switch!
The face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth
You're
alignment.
just explaining how.
Just
this
like Gibson
Snatcher-
said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle's attached.
Is it organic?
No,
Snatch.
it appears to be
Corn.
coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Yep. Everybody learn. Yep. Hope everybody learned that lovely science thing.
Flick, 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 flick.
The power is on. Look at this, Gillian. The data of all the people snatched in the process. These tumor cells related. I was going to be a challenge. The data is the data for the skin. This is such a very nice kind of equipment here. 2-7, yep, 2-7. It's locked. I should be able to open it from this
So
side.
this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this! There are some finished Snatchers over here.
Get a load of this! The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the UK!
Ooh.
There's one of Gillian.
Gillian,
Oh.
you're in here too!
Hi, Gillian.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo-Kobe.
Nope. There's only
They were
one
to
game that
snatch
reminds
every
me of
major
this,
world
and that
leader.
is...
They'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to develop
Ta-da!
this artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
Phase particle beam.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
and I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
Metal behind.
Yeah! Transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Let's do this real quick before we keep going. Save state. As we all know, save tell your friends.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty.
Yes.
Go, Metal.
We finally get to say goodbye to Metal.
Don't forget. 30 minutes.
No more Metal. Yay!
Metal Twin B. Yes, we're gonna say goodbye to Metal
minutes.
Twin B.
30
Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Yep, let's go take a check. Let's go take a check.
You make it sound like it's so bad, Gillian. Damn.
Okay.
Please not as bad as...
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're more open.
Budget.
Okay, where's that up?
I'm dead. It's like, D-pad, work with me. I know, this is the hard part right here. Shut up, man. Oh, wait, you're not here. Alright, here we go. It's just a different targeting system for the keypads. It's almost like when they made this game, they actually made it for the light gun.
Yeah, they made it for that. Like, oh, this one got it directly after that. However, if you want to use D-pad, you can do that too.
No! I saw him coming. I saw him shooting at me. And my thumb moved away. Man, this is hard. Okay, open the door. Let's go. They're a lot faster than they were before. No, I want to continue this race. I'm not quitting yet. I'm almost at the end. Screw this crap.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the hard part. Insectors. This is rough. I'm sure somebody will be like, you suck at this game. I'm like, thank you.
I doubt anybody would be saying. That's it. Excuse me, sir. I like to say, drink it, 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 drink it.
God!
They want you to screw up.
What's screwing up is what I'm doing. Cause they keep coming. They keep coming like locusts. Bam!
I know you're going to go to the rock. I think it's the last round of this game.
You got like a split second. Sectors. This is hard. How many times will we see the game over screen tonight? Let's find out.
2, 3.
Hey, what part? Hey, Billy, I mean, we're past the
Yeah, that's that part. Oh,
dang! How many of these things about to kill? Maybe you can use a save state over and over to identify if they use the same pattern. No, I think they change patterns every time.
I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. Alright, let's open the next door.
Okay, save state again real quick.
Yeah, save state. Save state.
Okay, next door. Let's go. I think next is a bunch of snatchers, I think.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
Yep, here they come. Bunch of snatchers. I shot you in the head. shoot him in the... I shot him in the crotch for some
Jeez, these guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
Yeah, insectors have a problem with snatchers because they're slow. Alright. Yep, that's a trick.
Jamie, are you alright?
Gillian, you came for me.
And now...
Are you hurt?
The talking.
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor... he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority.
Isn't that kind of amazing?
A horrible plan, something no one else would think of.
Have a final battle coming.
At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project and fired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
I was CIA.
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents.
Talking.
But we couldn't get out in time. You and I and Elijah.
Like
In the shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep.
Talking.
Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive! Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Who's there?
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No. Not quite.
So, you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this?
Oh, man.
Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What?
You did what now?
My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
He was
I've
your
changed, Jamie.
I used to
These
love him,
40
but now I
years
actually
have
went out and
changed
gave
me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me?
became...
Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you?
With more talking.
Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here.
if I ever do
57
this
years
game,
ago,
I'm
I
gonna
was
get myself
obsessed
a very long
with my
break.
research, yes.
I was like, well,
And with
since
you, Jamie.
I went through that hell,
At the time, I was
enjoy
still young,
talking.
having just graduated with my
Enjoy
genetic
talking.
engineering degree.
There's a big
My
plot
father's
coming
connections
right,
got
a
me on the
big
team,
fat
and
plot.
there I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my
I
own
think we probably
country.
made 40 fall asleep
You
by now.
warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie.
That's
You
actually
opened
put
me
me
up,
to sleep.
and I
Shit.
couldn't stop
It's
my
like
feelings.
talking!
Elijah.
Yay!
Like, it's a dump. It's
Oh, I was
it's
so
a visual
happy.
novel. It's a...
The political
Visual
situation was
novel.
crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the
Yes,
project.
I understand. You're happy, but then Gillian came in and
However,
then
my
he
happiness
messed you up.
did
Okay,
not last for
we
long.
can speed this up now.
Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined.
Look, I just
You
showed up just
arrived and
because
joined
I
our
like her.
project team. Far
I
from
told her she
home,
had a hot ass. I
Jamie
told her,
found
we
comfort.
should do
And
and
from
we
the
got
same
married
land,
for it. We got a
your
kid. Didn't
relationship
know about
grew
kids.
quickly.
But you know,
All I could
I'm
do
sorry for
was
that.
stand by
That's
and
not your fault that
watch.
you didn't slip your dick
Still
into
away,
her.
but this is
Jamie
so
and Gillian fell in
captivating.
love, were joined, and even
Yes.
had a child.
Yes, we got married. Yes,
Even
yes,
then, my
me,
feelings for you
Jamie
only
and
grew
Gillian
stronger.
got married. They had
Worried
a
about
kid.
me, my father tried to
And
have me
then
removed from the
Elijah,
project, but
and then
I
Elijah
persisted.
got jealous,
Jamie,
and then
I
he
always
got
wanted
pissed
to
off
be
at
near
her
you.
Dude,
because he wanted Jamie.
And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the
Listen,
Eastern
I
Bloc
wanted-
spread to our
Look at
country
that
as
war.
well.
You could speed this
The
up.
Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled.
Got out the lab.
The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered
there
the
you go.
materials related to it be destroyed,
Oh,
and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out.
Hard to get.
I'm
one
no
natural,
politician.
and then just one that
I couldn't
says,
care less
all right,
about
you win, bang,
what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research. And Jamie.
Hard to get.
And I was to lose all of that.
I care about Jamie.
For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
Oh,
that is when I decided,
I
swore I would see that secret crazed project through to the end.
I have a reason why I would want to do this game,
finished,
but there's another reason why I wouldn't want to do this game. There's the reason right there, like, oh
but we
God,
still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin,
Act 1, you got action.
there was of
Act
course
2,
no need
you got
to
action.
duplicate the
Act
lymphocytes,
3.
Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation or an entire city had to be snatched all in one night.
Imagine this, Ray. Imagine this, Ray. I know you said
a powerful biological agent
you
which
played a
could quickly and
Castlevania game,
effectively
right?
kill the population of the
right
country
before
was being
right after you
simultaneously
defeated the boss
developed.
before Dracula, right before you actually beat Dracula, right before you
Lucifer
Dracula.
Alpha.
There's a 2-hour
That's right.
non-skippable
RAO 11
talking
virus,
segment.
which another team was developing.
You were selling that game back
I
on
was
film.
closely involved in the project.
That's it.
Blowing up the lab was quite a simple
Hold on.
task.
I will
My
leave
God,
that
Elijah, do you know what you're
right
saying?
there for
That
2 hours
explosion
straight.
killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter.
Okay,
Executed my plan on June 6th.
yeah, I agree.
After
This
sealing
plot
off the
is
lab,
getting worse and worse.
I brought
Yes,
the two of you with
this is
me to
getting
the
more.
underground
This is
shelter
getting
and re-entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric
I
research
loved you
satellite
once,
to
JB.
transmit
I
a
wanted
wake signal
you
when
to
the
be with me,
danger
but
from
this is
Lucifer
what happened.
Alpha had passed.
My
And 10
feet
years
turned
later,
into
Lucifer
tentacles.
Alpha naturally mutated into
I
a
have no use
non-toxic
for my
form.
dick anymore. I
But
have
the
all these
automatic
foot
revival
tentacles.
system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than
Dude,
the
I
two
played
of you,
Valkyrie
of
going
course.
fast up into a skip.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
It's been 2 hours.
Oh, I was. But by that
All I'll
time,
say
the
is,
vaccine L
tails.
Angels
That
had
is all.
already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then.
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the Bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay
Any
asleep
kind of Tales
forever.
game, and they have
But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod.
I wanted Jamie's
Besides,
heart.
I could
and
never have
didn't
convinced
want
her to
you,
work with me on the
Gillian.
project anyway.
Well, it's
I know
your
the
goddamn
time was
plan
not
now,
yet
isn't
right,
it? Shit,
so I changed the timers on your
fat-ass
pods
idea was
to
just to get
permanent
that.
on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons.
Shut
Still,
up, Metal Gear!
I always had Jamie by my side.
Hideo
You were
Kojima,
always
everybody.
there for me
Hideo
to talk
Kojima at his
Just
best.
You and I for 40 years.
I mean, this is not a bad
in that
game. This, like I said before, this has to be. This is the
Oh,
first
you poor
Sega
man.
CD game. This is like the first Sega CD game I played my entire
And
life.
then, 3
Like,
years ago,
this is
my
too much
research was
talking.
finally completed.
You know what?
It's like I'm watching.
First,
it's like I'm
I
watching a
snatched
really
the
bad
Siberian
movie.
Special Investigative Forces
Let's
to
just say,
establish a
Jamie,
transport route for
just
the
say,
Snatchers.
Jamie,
And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neokobe City to be my experimental
So
sample.
look, just say you want a blowjob,
Neokobe is
okay?
cut
That
off
would
from the
have
surrounding
been like
areas,
your
a sort
only
of
20
miniature
minute
country in
right
itself,
there.
making it a perfect
They
test.
just
Just basically say,
And since it's a
Jamie,
melting
I
pot of
wanna
various
bang
races,
you.
it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and
Gillian,
operational
I'm mad at you for
techniques.
this. I have
In
a
addition,
gun.
the
I'm
element
gonna
of
shoot you
suspicion
in the
or
head.
mistrust,
I'll pull out my
which runs
blaster and
deep in
shoot
Japanese
him.
culture,
We're
was
done.
another reason
We
I
go
chose
home.
this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid.
Stop
I
it.
researched for 40
Stop
years.
it.
I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
Stop it, damn it.
So that's
Stop
why you
it.
decided to bring
Too much
Professor
taking.
Modner here,
I've
right?
seen this once
That's
before. Like,
correct.
oh shit, this is
I
too
discovered
much.
my
Like,
father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but
like, I
still
feel my
very
head's
sound
like
of mind.
exploding from the inside. I'm
Naturally,
like,
he
oh
would
god,
not
no,
cooperate
no.
with me.
Of course not. He'd never
What?
become involved in something like that.
What? Oh.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had
Yeah,
to
right
have
here.
yours.
This whole
But a
stream is
mistake
called.
on my part
Let's-
allowed both you and Gillian
Let's
to be
rip
taken into
on
custody by
Snatcher.
the
That's
authorities
there you go.
first.
Let's rip on Snatcher.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
I wanted to bang
Humans
Jamie,
are such
but
wicked
since
creatures.
Jamie likes
No matter how
Gillian,
much they trust one
I'm just
another,
gonna sit
the
here
tiniest
and-
speck of
and
suspicion
give you the one
can
weapon
destroy
to
it
beat you.
all.
Since you beat all my snatchers.
Look at how the
What's
Snatcher
that?
problem has caused
Words.
such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own.
Is the talking
If
yet
human society ever
done?
hopes to
No,
reach greater
we're
heights,
still talking.
what is needed is an absolute leader. A firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of
remakes
mistrust.
this game again,
You're crazy if you think
they need
people
to
would ever
take out the
obey
talking.
Snatchers.
Of
No, if
course they wouldn't.
they gotta do that,
But if
no.
they don't
Make
know,
it totally
they cannot
animated.
object.
Okay, we
There
give
has been a
all that
time in
shit,
every
but
age
make it
that the
animated,
people have
okay? It's
longed
like,
for a
this is what
god
happened, this is
to
what
lead
happened,
them.
this is what happened.
As
Cut
long as
all
they
that
give
shit
the people
down.
no
Make
reason
it
to
down to
suspect
like
them,
30,
then
30,
they can easily
35
become their
minutes.
gods.
No more than-
Indeed, a
no
new
more than-
race of
You mean
super
to talk
beings. We are almost there.
More talking.
Once we perfect the artificial skin,
This is
Snatchers will
what kills the
transcend
game
man
right here.
to become
Like,
this
you
planet's
had
true
all this
human
plot
beings.
overload. This is
But you'll
plot
never get your
overload,
perfect skin
okay?
now.
I'm sorry.
Professor Modner is
Here it is,
dead.
man. No, here it is, man.
I no longer
The
have any
game-
use
the
for
ga-
my father.
The game
I have a
went
sample of the
from-
new skin he developed.
I mean, the game went
Once
from
I've analyzed
90%
it,
fun
I'll
to
be able to
10%
make
talking
as much as I need.
to
Or if
95%
need be,
born as on the
we could
was.
simply culture the
5% fun.
keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and
It's like,
melanocytes in the
after-
quantities that we
after going
need.
through all that hell with the insectors
What are you
and the
talking
Snatchers.
about? How do you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
More talking.
Why don't you take a look at this?
Yes, folks, this is Let's
We found
Rip
this
on
in the
Snatcher.
rubble of
That's
Queen's
right.
Hospital.
Let's rip.
Well, there you go. There goes your thing there, 40.
Random.
What?
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
Random.
He's
Random!
a Snatcher?
He's a snatcher.
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid
Well,
was
he's not
constructed by my
completely a
father
Snatcher,
without
but-
my
Yeah,
knowledge.
40, you were right.
He
He is
modeled
a
it
Snatcher.
after me in my
You were right,
youth.
40.
He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties.
I'm an anti-Snatcher.
It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood.
100% bad guy.
Those two
That would have made a
were
lot more sense,
apparently
man.
mine.
Outstanding demand, outstanding.
Haven't you yet realized?
It's not tougher than
Random
this.
Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled
Man,
backwards.
don't make me. Don't make me have to leave this room just so I can make something, just so I can speed up the
He
process.
did virtually
I will
overnight
do.
what I could not
I
do
will
in
leave the
40
room right now.
years of
I will
effort.
speed up the process by cooking something.
Furthermore,
I will come
he
back
makes a
and say,
Bioroid so
yeah.
perfect. Even the Bioroid itself believes itself to be
everybody
real.
out there,
What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are
When you
self-replicating.
see this part,
Once in
make
place,
sure you
no
fast
further
forward past this.
transplants or
Hell
culturing
no,
is necessary.
There ain't no way I'm gonna do that for
Is he
always.
dead?
Fuck that shit.
Its main and
I said, no, if
locomotive
I'm gonna
system
be doing
Oh, this more talking.
it's just
If I'm going to do
scrap
that,
now.
so help me, I'm
But
just
the
going to be
artificial
like,
skin
I'm going to leave the
is being
recorder
kept
on
alive.
while that
This we
happens.
need.
I can do something
With
for the
this,
next couple hours.
we
Like,
can move
oh
to
yeah,
phase 2
well,
of our
since
plan,
I don't really
the
have anything to
full-scale
say,
infiltration of the world's
this is dedicated
major
to gaming.
nations.
Enjoy the rest of the game.
The summit's already
yeah.
over. You'll never
Good
succeed.
stuff.
What does the summit
Yeah,
matter?
two
Nothing
acts.
holds us
Me
back
doing-
now that we have this
doing commentary.
perfect skin.
Last
We
act,
can go
ain't no
anywhere
commentary.
we want, and there will be
Why
no
is
way
there
to tell us
commentary?
apart.
Dude, I just said
I
that's
will
it.
have free control
You know
over
what
the
I mean?
world. Nothing will be able to
This
stop
thing's gonna
me.
be plot heavy.
Politics
I don't
and
feel like
free
going
thought
to sit
will no
around
longer
and do this
have
shit.
any
I'm gonna do
meaning.
something.
My will
I'm gonna do
alone will
something to
decide
pass
the
time. After
course
the
of
second
human
fight,
history.
that's it. I'm done. What?
You
Plot dump
egomaniac.
overload.
Do you
That's what
think
I'm
you can
gonna say.
snatch the entire
So what do
population?
you do? Oh, I cooked
There's a
something.
fully
I mean,
automated
I
Snatcher
cooked
factory
something.
under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from
Is
this
that
anyway?
what this is all
It's
about?
like Gillian.
Jamie, the
You
human
can
race
shoot
is
him.
composed of
It's like
fools.
Gillian. You can shoot
But
him
I,
right now.
I'm different.
You're
I
making
will
us
be a
die of
savior.
boredom.
Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I swear to God.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh no, Metal's
In 10
back.
minutes, this church will be struck by a
Finally.
phased particle beam.
Metal's finally
I'm
back.
guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace,
more
voted
talking.
unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city.
Metal
The
Gear right
military is
now gonna say,
presently imposing a
I have
quarantine on
I have a
Neo-Kobe.
satellite.
What?
I'm gonna
Do they
blow
intend
things
to kill
up.
everybody?
Run.
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
I'm gonna sit here.
You
I'm gonna say shit.
insignificant
Take it.
mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you were the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Oh look, the Snatchers just woke up. You see what could have been done right now?
Finally!
You could have shot somebody.
Finally!
Okay, something to shoot finally. Let's do it. Gillian, what are you doing?
Cowardly little robot.
Oh, got your gun.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
Shut up, man. I mean, Gillian.
Gillian, you said no. Thank you.
Oh, look.
What? How did...
Random is fine.
You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off. Random! I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final
Blow
act
the
with me?
ever up.
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby.
Can we
Use
please
that to flee.
go?
What?
me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original. I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore, now will there? The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine. Whatever it is, it's my will. Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves. We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
You have 4 minutes.
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian could have shot him 10 minutes ago.
You become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational.
Where's Solid Snake when you need it? Solid Snake could have blew this thing up and left.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh. Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
Thanks. Thanks, you two. Jamie, come on.
Finally! No more talking! Oh.
No! Don't let her go! No! You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone! You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
That's all I'm gonna say.
More talking!
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Can we please blow this place up already?
Randy, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Blow it up! Blow it up already! Come on! Come on! Blow it up! Blow it up! Yay! Oh, finally, no more talking. No more boring talking. So stop this now, thank you. Now for the ending, which is gonna have a little bit of talking.
No, we can deal with the ending.
But at least I
we
can.
want this shit won't come now.
It's like,
No one cares about the plot anymore.
it's like so much talking.
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens,
you have to
I'll be able to love you even more than I do now.
You have to have
I'll be able to
Wait for
love
me.
you even more than
I
I do
want
now,
to be with you,
Jamie.
but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs.
I want to be with
Jamie,
you, but I
when I
can't
get
be
back,
with you right now.
let's
I
try
want to be
living
with you,
together
but
again.
I
What do
don't
you
want to
say?
be with you. I hope you understand this.
Hey Jamie, let's be together again. You forgot about the other two girls.
Katrina! Mika!
Oh, look.
You're here too?
Katrina and
You
Mika
better be
are
happy,
here.
Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let
I'm
me
happy.
introduce my wife.
JC. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
It's like,
What do you mean?
What do you
You've
mean?
never
the
met them
second
before,
time?
have
You've
you?
never met her before.
What are you
have
talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh?
Huh?
Since when?
Since when have y'all been good
It's
friends?
the first time I've
Oh,
met her in
dear.
person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
Yes, it is.
What?
Mika and Katrina are a lot.
Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Yes.
Have y'all been saying y'all want to bang? Y'all want to bang Gillian so bad and everything? But y'all was so happy saying yes. All right, now we have to more talking. Trying to learn about relationship. Okay. Katrina, I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being at home all alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video call. Before I knew it, we really came close, didn't we? Our relationship's gone beyond just being friends. Just beyond friends. Just beyond friends. That sounds pretty, I mean, honestly, it's like, just beyond friends.
About that.
Even with Alice gone, I was really lonely. Katrina. They're both so easy to talk to. It's like I got two real sisters now. Sisters, you say? Oh, don't be stupid, Gillian. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. Oh, don't be stupid. You have a warped mind, you know. They're just like family to me now. I'm really sorry for where I caused you. This kid is such a rough time. She lost almost everything practically overnight. She's done a really great job. I owe her a lot of her things.
And about Mega,
I don't care if you get your memory back or not. Why? Because getting your memory back with me, you remember those things you hated about me and you hated. Things that I hated. What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections is part of what being married is all about, Jamie. Gillian, don't worry. No
Mega is a twin each. That's all I
blah,
gotta say.
blah, 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 blah. Oh, don't
Mega
be stupid, Gillian. While you're away, I hope it's okay for Jamie to come live with me. Yeah, I have no problem with that at all. It will shorten my commute as well, so I'll be killing two birds with one stone. Great, I'll be so happy. Plus we can talk about you, Gillian. What? Nothing. I'm so tired of living alone. Maybe I ask Katrina if I can move in with her in the near future. I feel like I almost got a little sister. It's really wonderful. Little sister, he said.
Little sister.
It's so nice to somebody else in another house with me. By the time I return, I'll probably have my memory back. Don't worry, I promise to make you happy. I just couldn't stand by such a cute kid living all by herself. Don't worry, Mika. This is one job I won't mess up. Katrina's such a cheerful and sweet kid.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Yeah, a place you can come back to.
Yes, a place you can come back to, and you're still standing around 3 chicks. And you're talking! There should be some kissing going on, or some hugging, or not the saluting, something else.
Yeah, a 6-inch salute.
The captain, see? What? Me, a captain? Not a bad first ring for somebody like me who was in the military.
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Dinner date.
Don't worry. I won't forget either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh?
Yeah, that's the problem.
What's wrong, Jamie?
What's wrong, Jamie?
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
Wait! Wait for me! Take me with you, please!
Okay, Metal Gear's back.
Metal?
Yes, sir!
That's a Sega CD.
So this will hold a temporary body.
That's a Sega
Just call
CD.
me Metal Gear. Sega CD for now.
Come on, Metal
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh?
Oh, God.
Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
This should have been a Snatcher 2 with less talking.
They should. They really should.
More females dating. That's the end of Snatcher.
Oh.
Because we still don't know the honest question. Junkers, don't wear ties. Please don't wear them. But we still don't know what honest question it is. The honest question is, what woman would Gillian bang?
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts.
Like, we already know Katrina's going to be the hardest.
Has just
we already know
begun.
Katrina's going to be the hardest.
This conflict has just begun.
Jamie's going to be, okay, instant. Mika, after a dinner date.
Yep, after that dinner date. Creator Hideo Kojima, so 40. For all the talking in the game, you can blame Hideo Kojima for it.
I don't think my brain can survive all that.
Or what the measurements of Katrina and Mika are.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, man. Both of them, all three. Man, Jamie wants to bang on. Mika definitely wants to bang on. Katrina basically said if he got there sooner, he could have saw more of her. Which means she wants to bang him too. Shit.
Let's see. In the original version, Katrina was 14. In the Japanese version.
Jamie, move out of the screen when I come at you. Move. Like, it's a picture of Jamie. We don't care.
Let's see. A few things.
She was 14 in Japanese.
Yes, she was 14 in Japanese.
I'm sure she was still hot as crap since we were 14.
Yes. As a due to a news shower scene.
F you, Hideo Kojima. F you. With the fury of 1,000 suns and deep green chakra. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. 40 said, and I quote, "This game is okay until you get to the talking."
Actually,
14 in Japan and 18 in US.
14 in Japan. 18 in US. Yes, let's see.
All that talking. I can see the reason why a lot of you don't play this game for. They'll tell you, blah, 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 blah. You know you can shoot him, right? Blah, 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 blah. Shoot him! Blah, 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 blah.
The rest of a dead Snatcher was covered up. That's in the PC Engine depicts a dying dog twitching with its internal organ exposed. It's redone so the dog is no longer twitching. The clientele of Outer Heaven, which were originally parodies of popular sci-fi characters, were changed to Konami to avoid any potential copyright infringement.
Pretty much.
The Naked Snatcher were also redesigned to lessen the resemblance with the Terminator robot.
Yep.
Not a good try, though.
Also, it makes cute 16-year-old girls make me feel less guilty. But like I said before, after playing, after playing through Metal Gear Acid, Acid 2, it's nice to actually sit down and play Snatcher for the first time and actually beat it.
The second TV version as extended.
But the only thing about it was though, I have to ask Hideo Kojima this. Who the frick thought it was great for the final ending to include 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours of talking? Good grief!
Let's think about this. Okay. Smart move on Kojima's part. Yeah, the opening part was part of a manga. Okay, they extended that. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, fine.
That's fine. The first part, that's good. The middle part, that's even better.
That's even better.
When you get to the third part,
when you get to the third part, you had to add in. You had to add in all that talking.
You do not need to pull the plot up like that. It's like you go through a hellish shoot 'em up. You go through a hellish shoot 'em up, and then on top of that, then you get the easy version because you're just dealing with Snatchers.
It's like okay. Chapter 1, you're trying to figure out about the whole Snatcher thing. Chapter 2, you get to the the whole Snatcher idea and everything. You know, now we're agreeing with everybody that part in the morgue was wrong or what. But you know, I can understand why I said it for. The third part, okay, it was okay. It was interesting. Okay, they tried to sum it up, but they summed it up with talking.
No, see, what you're supposed to do here is, like, if you're going to do this right, just put the Snatchers in. Fuck the Insectors. Just put the Snatchers in.
Yeah,
at least the Snatchers, you know, okay, you can take them down. Oh, no, we're going to put in these Insectors again. Oh yeah, we're going to make sure that they're going to be on the highest fucking difficulty ever known. It's like, bang, 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 bang. Shoot at least give me a counter. Sure.
All right, so before we finish this, final vote for everybody out there, so we can finally give a final vote for this game. For me, I have to give this game a 3 out of 5. Why? It was a funny game. It was interesting. It's shorter than I know what, yes, but when you get to the last part of it and you get to the talking. It's when you lose 2 points to your game.
Ooh. Okay. Don't say this. This gets a mercy. This gets a mercy from me. It gets a 3. It gets a 3.5 out of 5.
It gets a 3 from me. Oh.
For you, it's a 3. For me, it's a 3.5. Like I said, for me, I like the story. But
yeah, the story was good.
The story was good, but when you come down to it, okay, the action sequences could have been a little better.
They could have, yeah.
Action sequence could have been a little better.
Yeah,
we could go without the Insectors, okay?
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, it was fine with the Insectors for a little while. At first, it was kind of fine. And the second time, it's kind of fine. For the third fight, it's like 47-4. Why do you need an Insector fight for 45 minutes?
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, the Insector fight, oh yeah.
Okay, so Florida gave it 3.5 but a 5.2 as you did. Okay.
That's what killed it for me. Like,
I'll change my score. I'll change my score. I'll change my score.
When you do that at the very end of the game, like, oh, we're just gonna throw in a troll fight. That's all it was. It was a troll fight.
Yeah, I'll change my vote on that one. I'll give it a 3. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
The second fight was a troll fight.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5. Like I said before, I mean the whole mystery of the game plus the whole, you know, you have to explore everything. That was actually pretty good. The shooting part, as 40 said in the chat there, it was kind of meh a little bit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see this game was basically, you know, you had to use basically both a controller and a light gun to play the game, or you could basically use a controller to play the game. I mean, basically use a controller to play it. The one thing about was trying to move the D-pad around and shoot with the C button. Kind of annoying.
That's definitely light gun right there. It's
like kind of gets annoying after a while. I mean, especially when you got an army of Insectors for the final stage coming after you really quick. You're like, oh, Insector, come on!
I'm sorry, that was not necessary. I'm sorry, that was not necessary. I mean, the Insectors were not necessary. Snatchers were more necessary than the Insectors.
Yeah,
I would say that. And on top of that, I said, okay, the story, that was all right. But when you got to the ending, got to that 2-hour black dump, that 2.5 black dump, I'm sorry. If you do that, it's like, I'm sorry. It's like it right there. There's your LP killer right there. There's your LP killer right there.
Your video just went bye-bye.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, look at this, 2 hours. I'm like, well, how come you didn't? I said, why would I want to talk through all this?
There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. So therefore, it's like you would get only 2 videos. You would get 2 videos of just me going through sidebar, and 2 videos come from me with sidebar. The third video is not going to have anything except just me focusing on getting through the goddamn last part of the game. And then it's like, okay, if this shit happens, this is what I'm going to do. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna do this. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go fix myself some dinner. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'll be right back. I'll just watch the whole damn thing. I will fall asleep until I hear, oh, Now you get to talk to the 3 women. Okay.
It's almost like what Kojima tried to do is Kojima tried to basically make a Sega CD game, which is not a bad game because it's not bad. For a lot of people out there kind of say it's a bad game, it's not bad. We're not saying it's a bad game. What we're saying is though, when you make a game like this, either put action or talking. Don't put both in the same game.
Even if you put both, there has to be a balance.
There has to be a balance. Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
That right there, that was on. I'm sorry. I would rather. Okay, Jillian shows up. There's Jamie. Okay,
and
there's a reason behind.
And the 2 women.
And the 2 women. And then we got the old man who tries to basically plot dump. Like, okay, fine, you can plot dump, but could you please move this along to maybe, instead of 2 hours, give me 45 minutes of nothing but anime cutscenes.
Give me have a gun in your hand and say you're gonna shoot me if I don't listen to you. Then go, pow, there you go.
Sorry, it's like this. It's like, okay, give me a 45-minute. Don't give me no 2-hour plot dump. I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off if I hear.
At the same time, how we have games nowadays, it would have been nice if somebody remade this and they actually add in the part where you get 4 separate, you get like one ending when Gillian is by himself and he goes rise of Metal Gear, do whatever. Then you got another ending where he finally like goes on a date with Jamie, does something with Katrina, does something with Jamie, stuff like that, you know.
And Mika, yeah, right.
And Mika. And I'm sure basically about 95% of us, including me included, will probably pick Mika first.
Because of course you would have a lot of save states right there. Like, okay, you would have a lot of slots to save on there. Like, okay, you know you're at the end. Okay, this is what you do. Make a pre-save. Bam. Okay, you know what's going to happen.
All right, what ending did I get? Dang, I got Metal Gear. So then I gotta play through the whole entire game again just to get Jamie. Just to get Jamie. Just to get Mika.
And then after that, then you get Katrina. And then after that, you get this. And then after that, for some apparent reason, you get a hidden ending with random. I'm like, what?
That'd be kind of creepy.
It's like it's like, oh, that's the hidden ending. You get random.
Yep, that's what we gotta say. So I know I said I give it a 3, but I agree with that, boss. I give it a 3.5.
That's a
yeah. Kojima, if you're hearing this, when you made your Sega CD game, a lot of people said this game is excellent.
It is a cult. It is a cult classic.
It's a cult classic. It's a cult classic. I would say that, but it is not excellent, especially like my friend Izzy says over here, and like 40 said over here. When you made us suffer through a 2.5 or however long that plot dump was.
I'm sorry. I'd rather watch Doom. Doom go faster than that shit. I'm sorry.
Father, the sleeper has awoken.
I said, okay, you.
No, the hidden ending is here. Oh God, here he goes with 40 and Harry again. Talk about the name on like.
Oh God, no.
If a lot of people couldn't tell this, 40 kind of made a joke about the part where Harry was dying and everything, and Gillian was holding him to him, and it was kind of it's almost like the way Gillian was holding Harry. It almost looks like he was going to say, Harry. They go against Gillian, make out with me right now before I die. Like, what?
At least give me a kiss.
What?
Pucker up, daddy. Wait, what? No, right there. There you go. Like,
pucker up, daddy. What?
Yeah, that'd be right there. Like, guys,
oh man.
That'd be the most messed up ending right there. It's like.
Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed this, and hopefully I can post this online. Hope I can put this on YouTube today without it crashing on me, like it did with Metal Gear. Cause Metal Gear Solid: Rising Revengeance, when I tried to post that, it went on me. So.
Oh man, no, we had to rant on that.
Hopefully,
I'm sorry. No more plot dump like that. Plot overload.
Plot overload.
No normal human could go through this shit without trying to say, "What the fuck? Why are you dumping on this now?"
Yep, sir.
Tell him a bedtime story.
Tell him a bedtime story. So, you know, I mean, I do hope Kojima, if he actually does decide to in the future, he makes the Snatcher 2 just to kind of finish the storyline up, how the game is. But
yeah, definitely.
But anyway, this is it for this stream tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed this game. Hope everybody enjoyed what we heard. If you have an opinion of your own, please share it with us. We'd be more than willing to say what we got to say, or at the most, you know, defend what we got to say if necessary.
We have our AK-47s plot straight at your nutsack, you little
nutsack. What?
Only to the ones who say, "Oh, just defend," you know.
So anyway, this is Ryu here, and I know Ford is probably later. So, yep, and this is Ryu along with Izzy.
Yep, we done.
Later, everybody. Plot dome.
Oh.